Welcome back, and thanks for being here. It's Wednesday, and we're now 3 days into the month of February. Glad, as always, to have you with me tonight. The reason for not being with me last night was a rather uncomfortable one, to say the least. I actually came in yesterday afternoon just in time to put a message on the screen that I think essentially said, broken tooth equals pulled tooth equals see you tomorrow, and signed it. Apparently the power, I think, flashed off in the downtown area, and that one computer, which is a new one that I just installed, was not on a battery backup, and the message kicked off. And my apologies. I thought everyone very well knew that I wasn't going to be here last night when you tuned in at 6 and or 11, so my apologies. Yes, a broken wisdom tooth that had to be forcefully taken out yesterday because nothing I do seems to be done easily, and this was about as long of a process as you would want removing a tooth to be. So wasn't in much shape to do anything last night, especially try to talk, and still a little sore today, but certainly able to get the news to you. So my apologies, and I hope that never happens again, at least for that reason. Certainly, anytime, but certainly for that reason. Again, sorry for not being here. With that said, your local COVID update and state COVID update, as you can well imagine. Locally, though, a significant, not necessarily big, but certainly significant change in local health departments getting more vaccine. We'll also have your local numbers. We'll have those from the state as well, and arrests to speak of. I came into the office today after essentially not being here for most of Monday because it was senior day, as I told you on Monday's program, and then yesterday for being at the dentist office and then just on the couch for the rest of the evening. So I came in today and received a lot of messages from callers and viewers, mainly in the Middle Fork area, about no or intermittent natural gas service in their area 4 days. So I've made some calls today. I've talked to the judge executive. He's talked to some others, the company and elsewhere, received some information, and I'll have that update for you in just a few moments. An arrest to include into tonight's programming as well. A lot happening on our calendar and a lot more. A quick reminder, I wanted to mention it one more time tonight, that cases in the district court here in Magoffin County are still going to be held via Zoom, as they've not been given the green light to get back to in the courtroom. Our district judge, Dennis Prater, as I told you, I believe it was on Friday of last week, that starting next Monday, rather Monday the 15th, not next Monday, but Monday the 15th, and then going on for the foreseeable future, cases for criminal and traffic court dockets will be heard remotely via Zoom on those Mondays. If you have cases that were scheduled, you should have received that notice as of now. If you have not, you can contact Magoffin County Circuit Court Clerk Tanya Ward's office to find out more and make sure that that case has been reset, and make sure that you're aware of the date that it has been. So court, traffic, and criminal cases being held via Zoom for the foreseeable future. Judge Prater will let us know when that changes. A little good news coming in Magoffin County's way today. I mean, it's sad that this has been going on for lifetimes. It still continues to a smaller degree because of efforts, but nonetheless, illegal dumping continues to happen, and Magoffin County stands to receive about $85,000, almost $587,000 that was announced to clean up some 72 illegal dumps in 18 Kentucky counties. The governor's office announcing yesterday that money will be going to Adair, Breathitt, Butler, Floyd, Greene, Hart, Henderson, Johnson, a number of others, including Lawrence and Magoffin and Pike. And Magoffin County set to receive a significant portion of that because we have a significant number of illegal dumps, $84,582. Now that's the amount of money given. Total costs, that's including the 25% match that counties must do for the 9 dumps in Magoffin County identified, range from $3,200 to almost $17,000 per dump. While we're talking about the governor's office, yesterday, as we turn to our state COVID report, the governor announced another increase in the vaccine supply. In addition to that 16-17% that we received word of last week, another 5% has been announced from the National COVID Response Team. So essentially some 22% of an increase from that initial 56,000 a week that we had been seeing. So now that's certainly another additional 10,000 or so a week. The governor also noted yesterday that it was the 5th day in a row that the positivity rate was below 9%, standing at 8.83. Today, Governor Beshear announced regional vaccine centers will be announced sometime tomorrow. Of course, those 4 big vaccine centers, which have been announced largely in central and western Kentucky, were those of the initial announcement. He is stating today that regional vaccine centers are to be announced, at least beginning to be announced, on tomorrow. We hope to see one of those, of course, in eastern Kentucky. I think finding the location for it has been the holdup thus far. We'll find that out tomorrow. The governor also announcing a significant turnaround in regards to vaccines for local health departments, which had been cut out of the vaccination process across Kentucky, saying that they will be getting a consistent supply for the next 3 weeks. Not a large supply, but a consistent supply for at least the next 3 weeks for local health departments. We'll talk to our public health director about that very topic in just a few moments. As for now, the governor updating what appeared to be another day where we are at least continuing along the same path, which is a positive one, as we have for the past few weeks.
Today's COVID numbers, we have 2,592 new cases. That is about 100 cases more than this time last week, but significantly less than the 2 weeks before. Again, that is positive, and that we have significantly less virus than 3 weeks ago. And we hope that this will be the first time by the end of this week that we have had 4 straight weeks, 1 month of declining cases. Right now it looks possible. At the very worst, we think it will be close to what we had last week. Our hospitalization, ICU, and ventilator numbers are all really stable too. One's up 5, one's down 5, but again, we were able to take the steps we needed to at a time when our healthcare capacity could have been overrun, like happened in so many other states. We avoided that, and now we have seen a decrease. Our positivity rate down again to 8.53%. Shows you that this is real. It's not just a result of how many tests there are. We're seeing a decrease in the virus. We only have 106 red counties right now. That's the fewest we've had in a while. We obviously need to decrease that.
The governor also announced, as we continue to see positive case numbers, we still continue to see a high death toll from those significantly much higher case numbers that we saw for weeks on end. 51 deaths reported today, and 7 of those 51 were in Kentuckians 60 and younger. And the governor also referred to the incident rate map for Kentucky, which currently has 106 counties in the red, which is down from the practically all that we had seen for weeks and weeks and months on end, down to 106 not in the red. Magoffin County still in the orange at 14.1, Knott County 12.5, Johnson and Floyd still 52 and in the 60s respectively. After these messages, we'll be looking into natural gas and heating issues in a portion of Magoffin County. Stay tuned. Lennon has never been more correct. All we need is love, and a whole lot of it. And you can find all you want at the seasonal shop for Valentine's Day. For the ladies, long sleeves and tees from Simply Southern, and always the cutest and coolest of boots, bags, purses, and all things that glitter and sparkle, plus lotions and soaps and more. And for him or her, the very best of coolers by Brewmate, Ridge and Holler, and they love to put it all in custom gift baskets filled with everything to make any heart happy. Plus they have free local delivery in Sayersville and curbside pickup. So you can say Happy Valentine's Day from the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Jesse Rudd and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Sayersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
This home is back on the market in Dixie of Sagersville, just steps away from the Ramey Park and downtown. One family owned since the 1950s, it's practically ready to move into and perfect for a remodel that would make it an incredible home and investment. Original hardwood floors throughout, an extra large upstairs, 4 bedrooms in all, 2 baths, a basement, serviced central heat and air, all on a prime lot well over a half an acre. And the original asking price of $147,500 has been reduced. Call 606-349-3699 for an appointment to view or for more information. This Sunday's Super Bowl means snacks, and you're not snacking if you're not stopping at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe and scoring a party platter. Topped with 20 hot and spicy wings, 20 crispy buffalo wings, fried pickles, jalapeno poppers, mini corn dogs, jumbo breast strips, your favorite sauces. It'll feed your fans for just $36.99 plus tax. And here's a hint, call any day before to order ahead. And maybe add some extra mini corn dogs. They go fast. At your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Your local COVID update and other information in just a few moments right now. A few words with our judge executive. As I said at the start of the program, I came into the office today after being out yesterday for having a tooth taken out. Came into several calls, messages left from viewers, mostly in the Middle Fork area, saying that they had, for several days now, had either no or intermittent natural gas service in the area, asking us to follow up on that. When I called the Judge Executive's office this afternoon, he was already very well aware of that and had made, at that time, several calls himself.
I received some calls last night at my home, actually, regarding the natural gas being out, primarily on the Route 30 area. And I contacted Frontier Gas thinking that was their lines, but apparently this is on farther down Route 30 once you get past Mill Branch. And we're talking about Bower Branch, Board Tree, on down that way. Our fire department over there hasn't had any gas. They've been having, I guess it's been intermittent over the past 3, 4, 5 days. We have made contact with Spirit Energy, which is the company that is the provider for natural gas in that area of the county. And they state they have been working on it. They'll get the pressure built up, but it's leaking back off. So they are continuing to work on it, and they're continuing to update us pretty frequently throughout the day-to-day. But they ask that if anyone smells gas out in that area, because they're trying to determine exactly where the gas is leaking off at. So wherever, like I say, if you hear that, get away from it, but give us a call, and we'll try to get up with them, and we'll try to get you. We'll get in contact with them and make sure they're aware of it.
Do folks in that portion of the county also need to call just if they have any outages that you may not know of?
Well, I think right now we know that entire area. If it's not in the that area of the county, obviously you want to contact Frontier if it's in their section or the whoever your provider is. But if you have issues where you just can't get heat and you need a warming place, tomorrow we're gonna start trying to get the community center prepared. So it can be a warming center for the rest of the weekend. I know there had been some forecasts that we're going to have some extremely cold weather. I think that's changed somewhat now. But still, when you get down to the 20s with no heat, that's pretty cold. And we want to be there as a resource to help folks at least come in and stay warm until we can get this matter resolved.
A couple of the calls that I had, and I don't know where they got this, I can't even tell you exactly who they were from, had cited that this was a result of some lines being tampered with or turned off or disconnected or something to that degree. Have you found out any specific reason for this? This just a natural occurrence, or Do you know?
The information I've got is that is a suspicion. I don't know that there's any concrete evidence or anything of that nature at this time. But that's their what they think is happening. But again, I can't confirm that because I don't have that information.
And again, that is largely affecting residents in the Route 30 area, essentially, as the judge said, past Mill Branch, Bear Branch, Board Tree, down in the round, and the like. Keep us up to date on that if you have any lingering issues with that or anything that we're not aware of to this point, so we can stay on top of that situation. A Magoffin County man was arrested by state police in the past recent days after being involved in a two-vehicle crash, which he would have fled from had his vehicle not been disabled. Denny Wade Howard Jr., 33 of Sagersville, remains in the Big Sandy jail after being arrested by state police officer Jimmy Stratton, I believe it was Friday if I'm not mistaken, after a two-vehicle crash on the narrow stretch of Hensley Road in the afternoon where he and another vehicle, which was actually a mail carrier vehicle, collided right around 3 o'clock or so, according to the citation. After the two-vehicle collision happened, Howard is said to have tried to flee the scene, but his vehicle was damaged to the point that he could only get about 120, 150 yards away before it wouldn't go any further. He also had no insurance on the vehicle, and to add to matters, when the officer asked for his name, he gave him all the information of a relative and not his, to which was only discovered after the officer verified his picture with the database, thus confirming that he was not who he claimed to be. Howard was also found to be a fugitive, wanted out of Florida for an unknown violation there, and he also had an outstanding warrant of arrest out of Rowan County as well, and was lodged in the Big Sandy jail, again, where he remains at this hour. No injuries were said to have been reported on scene that I am aware of. Still a lot of other headlines to come right now. Tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. I've got this feeling that I have forgotten or lost a birthday that came in while I was out yesterday or maybe Monday. If that's the case, please send it back. But I do have this one that I know that was called in, and it goes to Tab Vanderpool. Love, lots of love, with all the best wishes in the world from a lot of family and friends. Happy birthday, I believe yesterday, to Tab Vanderpool. Happy birthday to you. I got this in from our friend Paul Gumby Montgomery. He is taking chances right now on this big 65-inch TCL. These are stunning TVs. I actually got a couple of that brand, and they're great. And he's raffling off chances to raise money for Project Graduation. You can PayPal money to him at that email address on your screen, and it's just $10 per ticket. He's only selling 250 tickets all together, and this will help raise money for Project Graduation for our graduates. That will be here before you know it. And you know what Project Graduation is. I don't have to explain. A 65-inch smart TV, $10 a chance. PayPal your donation to mchsgrads@gmail.com. Good luck and help support them. While your Magoffin County PVA, Becky Allen, wants to help support anyone turning 65 this year through the homestead exemption. That's a savings potentially of up to $600 per year. So if you are from Magoffin County, you're turning 65 this year, come to the PVA office today, and let them help you apply for the homestead exemption and save you hundreds of dollars a year. You've got until this Friday to get those apple and pear grafting rootstock orders in at the Magoffin County Extension Service, 349-3216. If you have any questions, and my calendar's here whenever you've got an announcement like these, or birthdays or anniversaries. Free, just make sure I get the information so I can send it on to everyone else. If you want birthdays or birth announcements or anniversaries printed for free in the Sagersville Independent, email those to jo@sagersvilleindependent.com. Obituaries brought to you nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, and first a reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 for 67-year-old Redia McCarty Joseph of Burning Fork, who passed away on Sunday, survived by her husband Danny and daughters Rebecca Lynn, Danielle Mahan, Jessica Renee Francis, that's Rebecca Lynn Joseph, and brothers Roger and Veldon McCarty and sister Della Sue Bays. Tomorrow at 1, services will be held from the New Life Worship Center. Friends can call on the church this evening for visitation. 76-year-old Noel Arthur McMacken of Sagersville passed away this week. The son of the late Raymond and Elsie Clemens McMacken, he survived by his wife Wilma, sons John McMacken, James McMacken, and Tommy McMacken, two of them of Sagersville, daughters Denise Ramirez and Kathy Bruins, brothers Larry and Douglas McMacken, 10 grandkids, a number of great-grandkids, and 4 great-great-grandchildren. Services in his honor are to be held tomorrow at 1 from the Sagersville First Baptist Church. Friends can visit the funeral home, the Magoffin County Funeral Home, this evening prior to services, and the church prior to the funeral tomorrow. And lastly, 61-year-old Gregory Scott Miller of Parkway Drive here in Sagersville passed away Saturday. Funeral arrangements in his honor being made at this hour and to be announced soon by the Sagersville Funeral Home. Being Sagersville's oldest continuous business is not Fraser's Prater Drug's most important legacy. It's the care and attention they devote to every single customer. And that, combined with quick and convenient curbside service at the front and rear entrances, makes for getting your medications simply and safely. And calling ahead makes it even faster. Fraser's Prater Drug Store's curbside and in-store service, open Monday through Friday, 9 until 6.
Appalachian Wireless invites you to start the new year off with a bang. What better way than with a new Samsung device? The new Samsung Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra are the latest and hottest devices of the new year with great cameras, all-day battery life, and faster processors. The S21 is the phone everyone wants and will be jealous of. From now till the end of February, the new Samsung S21 models will be $400 off the Advantage plan at Appalachian Wireless and AppalachianWireless.com. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Drive safe and save this winter at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, or just go to conleytire.net to see the latest specials on thousands of all-season snow and off-road tires in stock every day. And you can take 6 months to pay with no interest at Conley Tire, 297-2424. Know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Sagersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Sagersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer. Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
A very significant report coming from the CDC. Personally, I don't think it's going to come. It didn't come as much of a surprise to myself, because based on just the information that I have reported on for months when classes were in and we were seeing a very high number of COVID-19 cases, they weren't necessarily related to school being in. However, local officials and those on the state level, of course, have continued to follow all safety precautions and guidelines. But with some schools now being in for extended periods of time, it's been long enough for the CDC to conduct studies and gather data. And today, the director for the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that teachers do not necessarily have to be vaccinated in order for schools to open safely. They're saying that new data indicates that schools can safely reopen without vaccinated teachers. Of course, they're also saying that they are pleading with teachers to get vaccinated, but saying that that is not a have to, that the vaccination of teachers should not be a prerequisite for the safe opening of schools, because They say that schools have done a very good job. They have the equipment and the resources to open safely if they follow all of the guidelines. It has been proven to work, and that is in all schools, private, public, and otherwise. Other recent data also indicates that recently 38% of K through 12 public schools were still in a virtual only pattern. Another 38%, almost an even split, were in person, full in-person class, and the remaining were doing a hybrid of the two, which of course, as we see McGoffin County and a lot of other schools continuing to do. I thought that was interesting. Still hopeful, says the CDC, that all teachers will get vaccinated at the first opportunity. So, the McGoffin County Health Department and our Public Health Director, Pete Shepard, announced 3 cases of the coronavirus: Saturday, 6 Sunday, and 6 Monday, as I told you on Monday. I also told you Monday of our most recent death here in McGoffin County related to the coronavirus. Our Public Health Director tells us that in the coming days he will have an updated number, which he believes is much higher than the official 8 or 9 as it stands. So for numbers for yesterday and today, well, those keep us pretty much on par with numbers that have been reported for the past couple of weeks. My last update was on Monday, and that was 3 cases Saturday, 6 Sunday, 6 Monday, and then sadly that most recent death. And I know that you're going to be talking about our official number of deaths a little later in the week, as you told me before the interview. We'll pick it up for today, and then let's talk about our numbers and kind of where we are comparatively to last week.
Well, we're at 5 again today. We had 5 yesterday, 6 on Monday. So we're running right in that middle digit number from not being in double figures, but we are being consistent within 5 or 6, 7 every day.
And that is keeping us in the orange, fortunately.
Fortunately, it is, and it's just a little bit lower, I guess, than the last 2 weeks. So we're hoping to see that continue to decline, that number. So maybe we can just stay in the orange now and keep moving on.
You know, one of the last updates that you and I had about the vaccine was the revelation that the health departments, not just McGoffin, all local health departments were not going to be essentially receiving any more of the vaccine. I know that you and I talked off camera about how we had a feeling that might change because it just didn't make a whole lot of sense, to be perfectly honest. And the governor today announced that, at least for a short term, the health departments will be again getting some vaccine. Any details you can add?
Yes, we received another 100 lot dose for next week, and we're supposed to, and that's unofficial. I mean, when I see it, I believe it. We're supposed to get it for 3 weeks in a row, and then there'll be another game plan brought out to the state. So we're hoping for the next 3 weeks, but I'm just looking for what I've got now, and I've got another 100 lot for next week for the 70 and over.
And that list that you had was, I don't want to say erased essentially, but I know that it's changed because you had hundreds and hundreds, but a lot of those folks have been going elsewhere or trying to go elsewhere. Where does that leave you?
Yes, we will probably be able to do all the 70 and overs by next week, and where we was looking at 3 to 4, maybe 5 weeks of getting them, because, like you say, most of the individuals that we asked to go somewhere else and try to get the vaccine have done that. Most of them have got the vaccine by now, and we're just picking up the people that really had a difficult time getting there or had a hard time not being able to sign up online. So, but we will finish those up hopefully, and then maybe we can move on to the next phase.
What will that next phase be, roughly, and how will you tackle that?
Yeah, we're telling us that first that, well, it's like to get mixed signals from them. They first said that it would just be opened up to everybody after we got the 70 and overs or that 1B done. But now they're saying they might just go to 60 to 70 and try to do with the medically compromised first, and then after that go under 60, and then they would open that up.
And as we take one more look at the incident rate map for today, checking over with Floyd County and the health department there, yesterday's numbers had 21 new cases, 2,794 in totality. They've got 11 hospitalized and almost 300 active cases at this time, while the Johnson County Health Department yesterday reported 11 new cases, a total of 1,760, with 277 active cases and 8 currently hospitalized. So I've got a lot of basketball news. I've got senior night, Prestonsburg, McGoffin County highlights, with me being way under the weather yesterday and semi today. I just haven't gotten to those. we will get to that. I'll get caught up someday. Also, of course, the boys are still hosting Johnson Central here tomorrow night. And then I think it's traveling to Paintsville on this Saturday for the boys, and the girls, of course, out for the next several days due to COVID. I'll keep you up to date on that. Real quickly with that, let's talk about the potential for some more winter weather. Good news out of your outlook is we're looking at more sunshine over the course of the next 7 days than we have for the past 7 days or so. Yeah, it's not all sun and games, but it's showing some improvements, and we'll be out of this winter weather pattern eventually. As good as I can paint it, I'm sorry. 18 cold degrees tonight. Good news is that's the coldest night we've got in the outlook. Partly cloudy skies and a calm wind will round down your Wednesday. Tomorrow, a chance of sprinkles, maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. A slight chance of some rain thereafter. Mostly cloudy skies, about 49 degrees. And a light wind tomorrow. It's out of the south, 5 to 7. It's not going to be so light by tomorrow night, and rain won't be so light either. Rain, real rain, mainly after 9 tomorrow night. Winds picking up out of the south, southeast, 9 to 10 to 12. Maybe 20 mile per hour gusts at times. Probably a quarter to a half inch of rain on average for everyone tomorrow night, as we see a low of around 31. And then Friday, we'll only hit about 37, and we'll do that with maybe some rain and maybe some snow in the AM, as we'll be around that freezing mark early. Winds still blustery out of the west-southwest up to 20 miles per hour at a time. And then rain through your mid-morning and some snow mixed in for your Friday. We clear out by Friday night, and the winds finally calm down, and we'll hit about 25 degrees late Friday night. And your Saturday will start off on a clear and mostly sunny note. We'll hit around 41 degrees for the first half of your weekend. But another active pattern makes its way in before Saturday is over and done with. Really, maybe technically 3 or 4 a.m. Sunday morning, but during the overnight, a 30% chance of snow late Saturday night and Sunday morning, and then Sunday about a 30% chance of some lingering snow, but this is a narrow window, like from 3 to about 7 or 8 a.m. Sunday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Otherwise, Sunday should be partly sunny and cold, 38. Then Monday, partly sunny and 39, and then Monday night, guess what comes back? A little chance of some snow that carries over into your Tuesday. 39 Monday, 35 partly sunny on your Tuesday, maybe partly cloudy, mid-30s again on your Wednesday, and still that slight chance of some snow showers. That's going to wrap it up for this evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow talking about tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. I can already tell you one thing that will be in there, a focus on some of our readers' experience with the vaccine. First and second doses, how it's affected them. Would they still have done it, and the like. In our Throwback Thursday page, it's always a must-read and worth the price of the paper in and all by itself. But we'll talk more about the most recent edition to hit newsstands bright and early in the morning when I see you back here tomorrow night. Again, thanks for watching.